Mel, what are these?
They're the latest design in false nails. All the young female pop stars go gaga for square nails these days.
Really?
No, not really. They're SD cards. They hold up to 32 gig of data.
Well, they wouldn't be any good for me. I'd need hundreds of them to store all my artistic videos. These must contain the interviews that Sam wants us to transcribe.
Yeah, do you want to let me hold on to them though? I still have vivid memories of lending you my USB drive.
It still worked, didn't it?
Yeah, once we got all the sour cream out of it. That's strange. This box isn't meant to be here.
How can you know that?
I've memorised the location of every box in this room.
Dude, that's a bit sad.
I don't have much choice. A magical fairy keeps leaving half-eaten cream-filled sponge cakes in the boxes on my shelves. If I don't find them, they go off and the whole room is full of fumes.
Really? Imagine that. Shall I have a look and see what's in this box you don't recognize?
Please do. If it turns out to be another foxhound operative sneaking into the building, the boss will have my guts for garters.
No special ops, guys, but there is a camera and a whole bunch of file folders.
It's probably that idiot Profaci. He keeps mistaking my office for the evidence locker.
So this could be that camera that Sam said had gone missing.
It could well be. I don't know why they keep Profaci on. He only ever appears in the office briefly and then he's gone again. Yet somehow he still manages to screw everybody else's work up. One of these days I'll frame him for taking kickbacks just to get rid of him.
Do you think this is the SD card Sam wanted us to find?
If it isn't, this has been a pretty cruel red herring.
The card is jammed in here pretty tight. I can't seem to pull it out.
Push, don't pull.
Alright, alright. Geez, you sound like Lucy.
I always figured she'd be a bossy cow.
You're not wrong, bud. She never let up. Let me take my hose off first. Are you sure it's supposed to be that color? What the hell are you doing back there? Aha! I got the card out. You were right. I was supposed to push instead of pull.
I'll bet that's a great relief to Lucy.
Mel, what do we need to do to transcribe the interviews on these cards?
Best case scenario, we just put the card in and let the software do its work.
As simple as that? Wow. If people keep designing intelligent software, it could put people like you out of a job. Then where would you be?
Standing behind you in the welfare line. As long as evolution keeps designing idiots, there will always be a need for people like me. That's strange. The workstation just restarted.
Oh, sorry. I was leaning on the power switch.
I rest my case. Okay, the first interview is processing now. That'll be fine. The second one looks to be in Spanish though.
Is that a problem?
If we use the traditional transcription software, we'll be here all day. The one on my workstation does have a Spanish module, but I never got around to installing it.
So we need to find the Spanish software module.
Or give up all hope of making the auditions, yeah.
there's a packet here which feels like it might have a DVD in it.
Has it been horribly mangled?
No, it's perfect.
Strange, the mailboy must have missed it.
Hey look, it's the Spanish language module for your transcription software.
Great, although I was secretly hoping it was Holly Does Hoboken.
Hey Mel, can you install this for me?
No, the level design is uninspired, the load times are horrendous, it's horribly misogynistic, and the humour is incredibly juvenile. I don't care if you have been waiting 15 years for it to be released, you should have waited forever.
Oh. Well, can you install the Spanish language module instead?
Sure. Okay, done.
Can we transcribe the second interview now?
We can. I'll just queue it up and it'll be transcribed automatically by the software.
Cool.
Of course, there is a manual tweaking option for fine-tuning, but I doubt Sam will need anything that specific.
That manual tweaking option opens up a world of temptation.
Yeah, what's the Spanish for please stop beating me with that rubber hose?
This transcription software could have lots of other applications, don't you think?
Like what? Subtitles for films and TV?
Yeah, but think bigger. You could get it to transcribe football matches, and then you wouldn't have to pay commentators.
No, see, it only transcribes what people say. Audio recognition. It can't describe what's happening in the video, you pillock. Even if it could recognise what was happening and somehow describe it, it would just be a dull, monotone voice describing everything in tedious detail.
So only slightly better than Jim Buck.
Fair point.
Is it finished transcribing?
No, but it doesn't need any more human intervention. When Sam comes back into the office, the results will be waiting for her.
That's all three done now, right?
Indeed, our slave labour is over for the day.
It's only an extra hour of work.
Only an extra hour? That's more than we've done all month.
That dude with the blue hair is creeping me out.
He does look a bit like Ivan Drago's bigger, tougher brother.
Excuse me.
Da?
Did he just call me stupid?
He didn't say duh, he's Russian. He said da, it means yes. Don't be so stupid.
Do you speak English?
Da.
See? Like a native.
Are you here for the auditions as well?
Da.
Will you stop asking him yes-no questions?
Da. I mean yes. Sorry. Are you the only contestant here? Aren't there any other superheroes or villains?
Oh sure, he's skinny woman in red costume around somewhere. He keep going outside to take phone calls.
Perhaps she's moonlighting for a taxi company.
Have you seen any other superheroes today?
One other, very strange man. He keep looking at me funny. He go for fresh air.
Fresh air, huh? Mel, if you were looking for a bit of fresh air, where would you go?
Iowa.
He say something about Park, east of here. You really going to look for him?
Why not? It never hurts to check out the competition.
Rather you than me.
What made you decide to enter the contest?
If I win contest, they have to give me green card so that I can fulfill contractual obligations.
Why do you want to leave Russia?
I hope to defect. I belong to FSB in Moscow.
What position? Do you play in goal?
It's not football team, it's new name for KGB.
So why do you want to defect?
When I was senior agent in KGB, during Cold War, I was expected to kill anyone who disagreed with Soviet government.
And you didn't want to kill people?
Of course I wanted to kill people. How do you think I became senior agent in KGB?
So then why leave?
It's boring. Nothing left to do. Since Cold War ended, Russian Secret Service have not much work.
Surely Russia must still have enemies.
Not many. You Americans and British keep invading countries and pissing people off. People forget all of shit we used to pull.
Do you have any real superpowers?
Of course. During Cold War, Soviet Union have many secret weapons programs. Soviet scientists were best in world.
Well, they didn't manage to successfully brainwash anyone, did they? Not like the Yanks did with MK Ultra.
Soviet brains harder to wash.
So what type of powers do you have?
All of my powers related to ice.
Why ice?
Research was carried out in a remote Russian village called Oymyakon. You ever been to Oymyakon?
I'd have to check my passport.
There's no need for sunscreen. Average temperature minus 15.
Sounds a bit like Buffalo.
It's a horrible place. No work, no social life, nothing to do. Landscape is bleak and inhospitable. It's arsehole of entire country.
Sounds a lot like Buffalo.
Can you spray out a stream of ice in front of you and then surf along it?
Yet, I can spray ice, but cannot surf on it. I have very poor sense of balance.
How come?
I got hit in the head a lot when I was stunt double in Rocky IV.
See? I knew it.
I wanted to talk about something else.
Suit yourself.
I should go.
Then go. I'm not stopping you.
This door just says gaffer. That sounds like one of your crazy English words. Do you have gaffers as well as geezers in England?
Last time I was in England, we mostly had munters and chavs.
I don't really have any reason to go in there, and I'm pretty sure the receptionist would have a problem with it if I even tried.
Damn straight.
Just think, Simon Cowell's butt might have graced this very toilet seat.
Yeah, if you look at the seat really carefully, you can just make out his assistant's lipstick mark.
Hey there.
Oh, excuse me. Hi.
Are you here for the auditions?
In a manner of speaking, yes. They call me the Bleeding Heart on account of my political activism.
My name's Kyle.
Just Kyle? That's not a very superhero-ish name.
Well, I was going to be called the Perfect Patriot, but that was before the dye ran in my costume.
How did you manage that?
You know how everything comes out at 40 degrees with Sudso Biological?
So the advert says.
He found several substances which don't.
Spermicide, pizza sauce, and ant killer.
Under what possible circumstances could you come into contact with all three of those at the same time?
I was trying to come up with recipes for new cocktails.
You haven't lived until you've tasted a barren malignant transfusion. And you may never live again if you drink the whole thing.
Have you seen any other superheroes here?
Or supervillains.
There was a guy here earlier, but he went out to get some fresh air. There's a park a couple of blocks east of here. You'll probably find him there.
So why do you want to win America's Got Superpowers?
To be honest, I'm having a bit of a crisis of confidence. I'm hoping that taking part in the contest will reinvigorate my passion for superheroism.
You look more like a proper superhero than most of these guys. Do you have real superpowers?
In fact, I do. I have super strength, X-ray vision, and flight. All the usual stuff.
Can you leap tall buildings in a single bound?
There's really not much call for that. Most of the time it's easier to just go around.
Being able to fly must be the ultimate superpower.
And really useful when you run out of milk late at night.
Well, you'd be surprised how rarely you actually need it when fighting crime. Invisibility or super speed would be much more useful.
But you can get to the scene of crimes really quick.
And avoid getting stuck in the crosstown traffic when it's lunchtime and everyone's racing to get to the stage deli.
It definitely has its uses. Of course, you have to agree to certain rules to get your superhero license when you have the power of flight.
Really? Like what?
Like always landing before answering a call of nature.
Let's talk about something else. I should go. I have an audition to pass.
Good luck.
It's the receptionist's desk. There's a rack of trays with papers in it, a stapler, and some pencils. It's very neatly arranged. What is it they say? A tidy desk is the sign of a sick mind?
Or someone who doesn't do any work all day,
I heard that.
yet chose not to deny it.
She's a very attractive woman.
I should hope so, considering how much she spent on it.
You mean she's not all as God made her?
Look at that nose. You can still see the chisel marks on the side.
Hi, I'm here for the audition.
Name?
Kyle Keever.
I need your superhero name, not your real name.
A bloody good superhero you're gonna make. You've only been in the costume 5 minutes and you've already given your secret identity away.
I was going to call myself the Perfect Patriot.
Well, that doesn't seem very appropriate. Your costume is a mess. You'll have to think of something else.
Right now? Can't I think of a name after I do the audition?
Sorry, but the rules are clear. You have to have your superhero name before you go on stage. In the event that you get through to the boot camp, the production company can have your name trademarked by the time you get back off stage.
Oh well. In that case, how about... Uncle Sam. What could be more patriotic than that?
I'm sorry, but there is already a well-known comic book character with that name.
Holy intellectual property infringement.
How about Pimp Daddy Patriot?
You are dressed like a pimp, but I'm afraid we're making a conscious effort to play down the pimp and streetwalker themes this year.
Why is that?
Channel 7 have ordered a pilot for America's Got Hose.
The incredible Dr. Farty Pants.
You're not taking this seriously, are you?
Hey, you try sharing an apartment with the big fella and then tell me it's not an appropriate name.
Can I get back to you?
Oh sure, I have nothing better to do than sit here all afternoon waiting for you to come up with a name that isn't either pathetic or borderline illegal.
Thanks.
That's what we figured.